Welcome, Internet, to another episode of Schnozzcast. Your host today, Bob, Corey, Nick, and Todd. Gentlemen, Corey, how are you?
Oh, hello.
Nick, how are you, sir?
Good evening, Internet.
Todd, how are you, sir?
Indubitably good.
Speaking of the internets, how's yours running, Todd?
How's that Internet, Todd?
So what now?
How's your internet running?
Awesome.
Good? All right. That's what I like to hear.
Nothing like a last-minute internet test.
Excellent. All right, there we go. All right, if you're new to the show, thank you for joining. If you want to go back and listen to any previous episodes, over these many years, you can find us out in the streaming services, anywhere where you can get a podcast. You can also go find us on social media, out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, or TikTok, to see the executive version and our handsome faces and our smooth, silky voices. You can also email us with any of your existential questions or requests for relationship advice out to schnozzcast@gmail.com. Or you can call or text us, including right fucking now, at 618-SHOCKER.
Right now.
Shocker line.
El Shahore.
That's
Spanish for shocker.
That's Spanish for the shocker, for those of you who don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Sure
I
it
don't
is.
speak Spanish, but sometimes you just know. To paraphrase,
It just said El Shahore on the screen.
Oh, the closed caption?
I like the spelling, too. It was like Shahore. El Shahore.
that's not right.
I mean, I don't even know what Shahore means.
Oh, perfect. See, I knew it.
No cerveza, no trabajo.
Listen, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I sent something out to the group for a long fucking time, probably 9 months or more. When I put the audio episode out, just to keep this really brief, there's an option to put, you put the title, you put the description, you tag, here's the runtime, but you can also put chapter markers. And so I've been putting chapter markers. Okay, we're starting TT's TikToks at 27 minutes, 5 seconds. We're starting airing your grievances at 34 minutes, 3 seconds. I always figured it'd be good for you to know that if you were going through, let's say, Apple Podcasts or Podbean, and you could see what time and you wanted to go right to that segment. Now, at least on Apple Podcasts, I can say, I can't really verify for other services. Maybe someone in the chat can. But now when I play it through my car or I play it on my phone, it'll actually give you the chapter marker directly on the screen so you can tell what segment you're listening to. So for us, it means any segments that we're doing, we should be descriptive about moving through the show, whether it's to a new segment that we just created and we're debuting, or it's to the existential question. We've always felt like we have enough of an audience who knows what we do regularly, and sometimes they may say, oh, my favorite part of the show is this. My least favorite part of the show is this other thing. And they could skip what they don't like and then go right to what they do. So I thought it was very cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Very cool.
No skipping ahead.
Listen, if it means that they'll listen, I don't care how much they skip around, to be honest with you. I don't know how you guys feel.
I mean, to listen. I listen to 10 minutes, listen to the entire thing.
Yeah?
Just listen.
Yeah, we don't care how you do it.
Damn
We
it.
don't care for how long. Give us a like and
Just
subscribe
click-
at
just
least.
click on it.
At least like us or subscribe to us, for God's sake.
Listen now and hear me later.
And hats off again to the Nonsense Zone podcast, Andy and Len, who guested here last Saturday. And we had a blast. Sounded like they had fun too. We just put out on Friday the audio version and the video out on YouTube of the cleaned up, professionally done audio and video for that show. So definitely, if you missed it, go check it out. Again, give us a like or subscribe. But those guys, we really had a great time, and really got to say thank you to them for pimping the show whenever they could.
Wow.
Big
Which is
pimpin'.
really nice.
With a strong hand.
Man.
Capital P, pimp.
that pimp hand. Keep that pimp hand strong, Nonsense.
You know what pimpin' stands for? You know what pimp stands for, don't you, Bob?
I feel like you're going to tell me.
He already knows.
Put it in my
Nick
pocket.
and I know.
Do you? Put it in my pocket.
Bitch.
Corey looks confused like that's not what I thought it meant.
I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know if I trust Todd on this one.
Pimping ain't easy, but it's necessary.
Natalie, Dylan, welcome. Welcome.
Malika?
Hello.
Malika's in there.
Hey.
Malika, what's up?
What's up? Hey, for anybody who's out in the Facebook Live or YouTube chats, please submit any questions that you have. We'll field them all. We'll take them on the show.
Try to, at least.
Well, we'll address them. How about that? We'll always address the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we're going to ignore it.
Well,
No. Well,
I mean, we could.
We're not jerks like that. Some podcasts are
Bastards.
jerks.
So I got a story for you guys
Yeah, go
about
ahead.
yesterday.
Okay.
Danielle and I made our Friday night Elks trip, and we were hanging out watching.
Hold on. Is this every Friday you're going?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason why Friday?
because I work from home Saturday morning.
But you work from home. Is that Saturday morning the only morning you work from home?
No, I work from home Friday as well.
So why wouldn't you go Thursday night?
Because I work Friday and I don't really
But
feel
you work on Saturday.
But we also there's a group of friends that we meet up there.
Okay, so this is the designated
The naked group?
hookup.
Yes, John from the Naked Room,
Yeah.
John and Kim.
yeah, but doesn't Danielle work Fridays?
No, she's off.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I was trying to ask.
Yeah,
It
I
sounds
don't
like
get
this is their agreed upon
don't
meetup
get it.
time with their friends at the Elks Club. Got it.
Got it.
So we were up there hanging out, and before our friends had gotten up there, we were watching the hockey game, and I had made a comment to Danielle about not wanting one team to win, whatever over the other, and she hit me with something. She said, "Well, I don't really care because I do not have a fish in this race."
So, who said that?
Danielle, my wife.
Who raises fish?
How long did you sit there and look at her before you said anything?
I was pretty blown away.
Yeah.
And I turned, I just looked, I said, I basically had Todd's reaction. I said, when have you ever seen someone race fish?
I like
And
it.
then it hit her. She was like, oh, well, I guess I haven't.
Oh, so the problem wasn't that fish have never been raced. It was that she hadn't witnessed it herself.
I mean,
this is probably going on across the country without my
it
knowledge.
could. It very well could be.
Okay.
So I'm like, literally, almost anything else, any other animal in that, rabbits, horses, dogs.
Mice.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in this race.
Yeah, but
Chickens.
I'm like, a fish?
Chickens, exactly.
How did you come up with a fish for that saying? So yeah,
it's
I
much
was
harder to teach them how to race.
That is great. That's like a Yogi Berra quote.
So when we get done and we're upstairs, you guys will have to try to remember to throw that in the conversation. See if she picks up on it.
Oh.
There is fish racing.
Is there?
Yes, I'm looking at it on YouTube
No, you've
right
never
now.
talked about it on sports, so therefore
I'm
it's not
going
a sport
to
me.
next week, baby. Fish racing.
Todd's taking a deep dive into fish
Yeah,
racing.
the just challenge met and accepted. I think, right?
Dylan says
In.
pimp is paper in my pocket.
Put it in my pocket.
Oh, hold on. There is a. So where would we go to confirm who's right about this? Is there a
The fish racing?
pimpthesaurus.com website?
I thought fish racing. I'm like, wait a second. I'm pretty sure Todd just confirmed that.
Yeah. There's no such thing as fish racing.
We moved on. We
We
moved
can
on.
all agree on that. Pimp definitions, I think, is my reference.
I feel like it would be in the dictionary. I don't know if they have the.
This might be a real good barometer for how savvy our audience is. So if you're in the chat on YouTube or Facebook, please reply with a link as to where we can go to verify the definition of the term pimp. Because we seem to have a discrepancy.
And just so we're clear, we did say if you ask questions in the chat, then we'll read them on the show.
100%.
That we did.
Bob, you want to read Natalie's question?
I would. Natalie Horvath, friend of the show, says, why does Corey wear shirts now? Corey, you want to answer that one?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Natalie asked for it. You guys read it. I was gonna breeze
I don't
over it.
think she just asked for an answer to the question, not a change of wardrobe.
Yeah, it is pretty cold in this basement. So-
Oh, my goodness. We didn't need to see that.
Thanks, Natalie.
Peter and Danielle.
Any other questions for Corey?
Peter and Danielle will be very happy about this change of events.
Peter.
Natalie's boyfriend of 9 years.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
When I called that one night. Sorry about that again, Natalie.
So does Peter not like you?
No, he was very confused as to who I was because I FaceTimed
Right.
her one night on Facebook.
Were you shirtless then as well?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
We were outside. Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
I kept on calling her because she wasn't answering.
Right.
And so finally a guy popped up on the screen, and you could tell that they were sleeping. And he's like,
Who dis?
Who are you?
Who dis?
I'm like, is Natalie there?
Todd. Who dis?
And it turns out she didn't know who the fuck Jeffrey Lebowski was.
Nobody does.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so she was terrified, and he's like, I'll answer this.
You're like the guy in Shawshank Redemption that Tim Robbins invents so he can break out of prison. He doesn't exist. Until that day, that man had never set foot in the bank before.
Natalie said she's dead. She's laughing her ass off. She
do
goes,
do you know the kind of shit I'm going to get from Malika about this? I'm going to get a phone call on Monday going, you guys are just crazy. When he took his shirt off, I'm telling you, I just don't know what you guys are thinking.
I remember finally I grabbed the phone that night, and I was like, kind of mindset, I'll clear things up, And I grabbed the phone. I'm like, Nat. I'm like, we're just drinking. Love you. What are you doing? She's like, where's my cousin? I'm like, apparently that she had been drinking as well and had no idea who the fuck I was. She's like, please show me my cousin.
She just said, where's my cousin?
Show me my cousin so I know he's okay. I'm like, I'm your cousin.
It was
All
a good night. Thank you again, Natalie, for
Thank
all
you,
that.
Natalie, for that and for what I now have to look at for the rest of the show. All right, we're gonna switch gears right here, and we're gonna go into a brand new segment that we have just concocted. We're gonna debut it on this episode, and we're gonna see how it goes. So we're gonna need audience participation for this. So all you folks that are watching and listening, pay attention because Nick's gonna explain the name of the game and the rules for engagement and your part in the audience. And we do have we don't have a theme song or artwork for this yet, but we're going to work on that.
Bob has volunteered to do an impromptu theme song. Go.
No, I can't.
Huh?
I can't.
Come on.
Do it.
I'm trying to remember how the song goes.
What song?
Because first of all, tell them the name of the segment.
The name of the segment is The Mannish Inquisition.
And what does the segment consist of?
So the Mannish Inquisition is stemmed kind of from the questions we all like to ask during the show. Not specifically Nick's existential question, but just kind of along the lines that we go and how we kind of roll out into the streets with great conversation every time that we have some of those great questions that we ask on this show. So the Mannish Inquisition is basically going to be where I've asked these three gentlemen here to submit questions, and we're gonna compile a jar of questions, and we're gonna do this about once a month, and then we're gonna read off to you. We haven't really decided when, maybe the first of the month, something like that. We're gonna read off to you 3 questions, and you're gonna vote on them. And at the end of the year, we're gonna figure out who has the best questions for the Mannish Inquisition. So we're not going to tell you guys who posed these questions, but then we will also answer the questions, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really shitty if we didn't answer these questions.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great one. All right.
But for this,
Good night, everyone.
Wish we could talk about it.
But for this week, Nick is acting as the MC for this segment, so he has not submitted any questions. He's just going to be reading the questions. But questions were submitted by myself, by young Corey, and old age Todd.
And the good thing about the Mannish Inquisition is that we're going to pass the mic.
Yeah.
There's no specific person's segment.
So we're only using one microphone? We didn't discuss this on the podcast.
Well, if
Clarifying
you could get a
question.
battery operated,
So
that'd be awesome.
next week, someone other than Nick will MC this.
No, not
gotcha.
next week.
Well, next time we do it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if people are like, this is the greatest segment we've ever seen,
I don't know if that's going to
we
happen.
might do it next week.
Change
anyway.
the name of the podcast.
Yep.
All right.
So,
I have
Todd,
a clarifying question.
Your question.
yes,
Todd.
sir.
Will there be a prize?
I think there should be.
Yeah, there should be.
And
I
if
mean,
I was
other than fame and glory on the show?
if I was honest, what first came to mind was if we were very stringent and serious about the mispronunciation jar, then the prize would be that jar goes to whoever wins the question at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're actively keeping up that jar. but we should really start.
Well, there's about $7.50 in there, so just play your cards right, and that'll be all yours.
Yes.
Yep. You can get a small popcorn and a personal-sized soda at the movie theater if you're lucky.
Ooh. So do you want to explain to the audience what their role is in all of this?
I think you should do that.
Okay,
honestly.
so we're going to start this segment here in just a minute once Corey returns to his seat. But in the meantime, your role as an audience member of the show is you're going to listen to these 3 questions we're going to read. We're going to read them, and then we're going to answer them. So there'll be some back and forth. But your job is to vote for the best question of the 3. So I recommend that you hold off on voting until we're done with the 3rd question.
Yep.
You've heard all 3 questions. And then you put into the chat the question that you liked the most, the best question of the night. You won't know whose question it was. It was either mine, Corey's, or Todd's, but you're going to vote. And then at the end of the show, we're going to let you know whose question it was and who won the night.
At what point in the show are we answering the question?
Right away.
Right away?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural installation of the Manish Inquisition. All right, so the first question, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 beep.
I think I actually have a sound for that.
I don't think you do.
No, I totally do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, here it is.
No, that's the
Yeah,
that's the hospital ICU sound.
I think that was the
And
sound for me having a stroke on the show.
And also the killer robot sound.
yes, it's a multi-purpose sound.
Okay, so the dial has landed. All right. If you had the power to change 3 things in the world, what would they be and why? If you had the power to change 3 things in the world, what would they be and why? That's question number 1. Going down to question
No. Oh, hold on. Are we answering the question?
No, not right now.
When are we answer? I thought you just asked me this, and I said, yeah, we're answering it right
But
away.
immediately,
Yeah.
they have to know the other questions.
Clarifying question.
They're going to hear him. Go ahead, Ted.
What the hell's going on here?
So you're saying you want to read all 3 questions, and then we're going to go back and answer
Yeah,
them?
because it could
Okay.
take a long time.
That's fair.
So, okay, going to the next one. All right. Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
Okay.
I'm going to add an addendum to that and say who. Because
Well, I would hope that would be
Yeah.
part of the answer.
You-
But
Yes. Have you ever asked someone for their autograph and who was it?
right.
That's question number 2. So first question, if you had the power to change 3 things in the world, what would they be? Have you ever asked someone for their autograph? Who? Third question is, if you were born with a different name, would you have a different personality? If you were born with a different name than what you have right now,
Yes.
would you have a different
Absolutely.
Do you want to put an addendum on that, or just it's a yes/no question?
and elaborate?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Got it. Okay. So, audience, hopefully you've heard all 3 questions. You want to quickly restate them so they can go ahead and do the voting, or do you
Yep.
want to restate them after we've answered them?
No. Number 1, if you had the power to change 3 things in the world, what would they be? Number 2, have you ever asked someone for their autograph and who? And number 3, if you were born with a different name, would you have a different personality? And explain.
Okay. So, audience, now's your time. Which one of those 3 is the best question? Go ahead and put it in the chat. We're going to address them, and Nick's going to drive.
All right, so we're gonna go
Mary
to.
just called somebody out.
That's fine. How could she call somebody out? She doesn't know who asked these questions.
Well, she
She's
said number 2 is a Stephen Colbert question.
Is it?
I'm not sure why that makes a difference, but
If you asked someone for their, have you ever asked someone for their autograph and who was it? Okay. So, I don't know if he invented that question, but maybe
it sounds like no
maybe
one
he
else
asked-
besides Stephen Colbert has ever put those words together in that order. I mean, yeah, she's probably right. What a fucking whoever asked that question is a fucking dick.
bastards. Okay, so we're gonna go around. We're not gonna existential it. It's not gonna be a long 20-minute drawn out. We just need some answers.
Fuck.
Does anyone have an answer for all 3?
Oh, the first question, or for all 3 questions?
All 3.
Jesus Christ. Let's go question by question, because
Okay.
otherwise we're gonna lose track. Todd's gonna ask you to clarify it again, restate it. Let's just go question by
All
question.
right, number 1 question.
Yeah.
If you had the power to change 3 things in the world, what would they be and why? We're just gonna leave it at what would they be?
That's
too much.
fair.
I say
That's fair.
Three things. Yeah, that's a
That
lot,
could that could take us out through the rest of the show right there. So, I'll go first.
I thought you weren't playing.
Damn it. Okay, Bob. Okay, because someone else can go first then.
I don't know. That's one I haven't
All
really
right.
thought about too hard.
3 things I could change: world hunger, climate change, and the large gap between the haves and the have-nots.
What does that mean?
The
A bunch of people that have money and other people that don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Todd, you got something?
Yeah. So I have 2 of the 3 for sure. 4-day work week.
Okay.
Number 2. Audubon style speed limits in the U.S. on highways.
I would take a 5-day work week. That'd be great.
Going forward, it's going to be long enough as it is, guys.
Yeah, I
we
know,
don't.
I know.
We got to rifle
shut
through
up.
this.
Okay, and well then free pizza Friday.
Okay.
It's too bad we're not great in the answers because I think Todd absolutely trumped me on that one.
Corey.
I would get rid of daylight savings time.
They already did that.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
I don't believe they did.
They're scheduled to.
They better not.
Well, one of my things came true. How about that?
Hey, look at you.
Changing the world already.
Congratulations, buddy.
Um,
Dude, say something else that's already true.
I wish it was summer. And I don't know, save the fucking turtles.
They already saved them.
All
3
right.
for 3.
They're all saved.
Perfect.
Okay, going on to the next one. Have you ever asked for someone's autograph? Who was it? Bob.
Carly Simon. Yes, Carly Simon.
Did you get it?
I did.
All right.
I'm going to go with yes and Darren McCarty.
Good
TD.
answer.
Nope.
Nope.
No, you have
Nobody?
not.
I know you've met famous people.
I have.
You're just one of those cool cats who's like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't need your autograph.
Todd's above autographs.
No, so I think I've told this story on the podcast though. I've never asked for an autograph, but remember my Paul Molitor story. I asked for a baseball at a baseball game, and he told me no. And then I was fortunate enough to be able to confront him many years later, and then he offered me an autograph, and I said no.
Now go fuck yourself. Yes, that's a great story. I had forgotten about that one. Well played.
Okay. Bob, if you were born with a different name, would it change your personality, and why do you think that?
Yes, 100%. Why do I think that?
Yep.
Because I feel like I've been thinking as a Bob my entire life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I know that you guys aren't. And so that ipso facto it must be true.
So if you were like a Eugene, like
Oh yeah, life
would
would
be
be, sadly different. It would be.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
How about Corey?
I'm trying to think of any really successful, like uber happy Eugenes. And
Eugene Levy? He's
really successful.
Okay, Eugene Levy.
No, the fact that you know his name doesn't mean he's really successful.
Do you even know who he is?
Gene
Of course,
Gene
I also
Hackman.
know Carrot Top as well.
Gene Hackman.
Is Gene even his real name? So many movie stars are using Nums de Plume, and they don't. That's not their real name.
Look at you showing off, English major.
I'm pretty sure that's his real name. He was
All right.
He was walking a fine line with that gnome de plume. So just so you know, well, I'll let it slide though.
My answer is yes, and
Okay,
I think it's obvious.
Corey. I could see Corey as not a Corey.
I'll say I don't think it
But
would.
that's not your question, though,
No,
or
but
the question.
I don't think it would. I think the way you're raised and as a person and your background and all that plays into who you become and who you are.
I might have raised you differently if you weren't a Corey.
he did.
Thanks, Dad.
Yep.
Okay.
Guys,
Breaking news, everyone.
If
breaking
you were a Todd,
breaking
I would've raised you
Schnozzcast
totally
nudes. Nudes.
Nudes. All right.
Oh.
I got to take my shirt off again.
Damn it! I didn't even realize you put it back on.
Is that
How
does
much
that
I'm paying
qualify as a
attention.
dollar in the jar?
Sure.
All right.
I was going to say no, but because it is a valid word.
Well, I think two
It's a
yes,
mispronunciation.
2 yeses out of 3 would be a dollar in the jar. Todd, what's your ruling?
on what?
Nudes,
All right, moving on.
Nudes instead of news.
It's
Mispronunciation.
a mispronunciation, not a. He actually said a real word, so I'm going to say no dollar
All
in
right.
the jar.
All right. Looks like you're off the hook.
Damn. Yes. All right. Todd. Different name.
Yes,
That changed your life. Yeah.
100%. Because the first thing I thought of when I heard that question was the Johnny Cash song, "Boy Named Sue." Feels like
Okay.
if your name was Sue and you were a boy, you'd be a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Eugene Allen Hackman. That's why I was a little bit distracted.
Oh, okay. Googling during the show. Something we all should be doing more of.
Yes.
I had to
Excellent.
know.
All right,
Had to
so
know.
keep those in the back of your head. If you're just joining us, you need to judge these questions. Let us know which was the best one.
One more time for
Yep.
people who are just joining.
People just
3
joining.
questions. Which
This
ones were
is
they?
the Manish Inquisition. At the end of the year, we're going to pick who picks the best questions. Bob, Corey, and Todd in this installment have picked questions that we all read off, and we're not announcing who picked what. The 3 questions were, if you had the power to change 3 things in the world, what would they be? Have you ever asked for someone's autograph, and who was it? And if you were born with a different name, would it change your personality? Would it be different? Let us know in the comments about that, what you like, what you don't like. And we may find other ways to inevitably pull the audience outside of just the show.
You can let us know what you like and don't like, but definitely let us know which one is the best question. That's what the voting is for.
As a matter of fact, I think something we should add, Corey, I think, didn't we figure out some sort of way that we can poll on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I put one up there. It wasn't exactly how I was trying to do it while you were explaining what was going on.
yeah.
So it's a little different, but I'll get the poll correct next time we do it.
But I'm saying
He said nudes instead
we-
of news in the question, I'm sure.
Can we do it like on the page outside of like the live show? Is there a way to do that?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll try and figure out if there's a way that we can do it. We'll do it after the show. We'll put it out there, and we'll see the numbers the following week, and we'll log that. So
Well, hold on though. I think if we get enough people, we should reward those people who are taking time out of their day to watch and listen to us on YouTube. So, if possible, unless we don't get any votes, we should pick a winner by the end of the show.
that'd be great.
There were a couple votes on YouTube.
Yeah, reward those people who are giving us their time.
As long as we have votes, that's all I care about.
Right.
Yep. Perfect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to airing of grievances.
Use kids in your...
God, hold on. Long one. I got you, Todd.
Begins with the airing of grievances.
I got you, Todd.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Danielle, nice shirt. Turn around.
You're going to hear about it.
I'm a big fan.
As I rained
Thank
pearls
you.
upon him, I realized there had to be another way. What happened to the dump? It was destroyed.
You're for the nudes, not the news.
And tell them all the ways they have destroyed.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Todd. I was reminded today that that this is a democratically run show, that there are 4 of us here, and it's not Todd's airing of grievances. It's just airing of grievances. And I didn't have a chance to really ask you if you had any grievances, but I have a grievance for tonight, so I knew we were going to do the segment. Now,
I love it.
I will absolutely take a back seat if there's a grievance that you'd like to jump in with here, and I can wait my turn.
No, I'm excited to hear your grievance. I want to pile on.
All right. I feel like I talked to Corey about this already, but I feel like it was off the show. So if it wasn't Corey and I did it on the show and I've totally fucking spaced and I had a stroke and I forgot, let me know and I'll stop. My grievance is, excuse me. So I was out mowing my lawn last weekend. And I'm in the front, so in full view of the whole neighborhood. And while I'm in the middle, I'm like halfway done mowing my lawn. 2 kids are walking on the sidewalk, and they approach me, and they start asking me questions, at which point I'm wearing headphones. I got to fucking stop the lawnmower, turn off the music so I can hear what they're saying. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, hey, excuse me, sir. Well, automatically, I'm pissed. Because I know I'm old, but I don't need you to call me sir. You can just say excuse me. That gets the message across. Excuse me is fine. Excuse me, sir. Completely unnecessary. Excuse me, sir. Can we mow your lawn for you? And I'm like, I'm in the middle of fucking mowing my lawn, my own lawn. I'm in the middle of it. So I'm like baffled. I'm confused as to why I'm being asked in the middle of mowing my lawn if these kids, if I could pay them to mow my lawn for me. I'm like, no, I got this. Thanks. I don't need your help. Okay, thanks. And they keep walking. Now I'm 3 houses from the corner, so they walk down to the corner from my house. Those 2 people are not there, so they cross over the street, and they start going to the other houses across the street, and they stop at the guy who's younger than me, who lives across the street, and they see him in his driveway, and they see him there. He's not mowing the lawn. He's just standing there doing whatever he's doing, talking to the phone, and they keep on walking, and I'm like, these motherfucking kids. They didn't even ask him if he wanted them to mow his lawn, which it could have used a mow, I'll be honest with you. But just by visual cues and visual inspection of this guy, they're like, no, he can clearly mow a lawn.
You were borderline heart attack.
Borderline, yeah. Like, we need to, maybe he can't even pay us, but we'll save his life if we can mow his lawn for him.
You geriatric fuck.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
I was never more, I'm like, you son of a bitch.
My takeaway was, I'm like, dude, they're just going around, and I said, what I would take away from that is that you looked like you had money and that guy did not.
I appreciate that, sir. It's very reassuring, and it makes me feel better.
After a no, Bob, it stings such a long time. Maybe they passed over that guy and said, I can't take rejection that quickly. So.
That's another great. This is why, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, if you know who your friends are, they will. If you don't know who your friends are, they'll show you every goddamn time. I got a good bunch of friends here making me feel like.
Every now and then.
Every now and again. Yeah.
Every so often.
Build you up so we can push you back down.
Right. That's my grievance.
Guys, we have a shot in front of us. We are a pro drinking podcast. I don't know how many of those you're going to find out there, but we are. And
the only one.
We don't cast shade if you don't like to drink. If that's not your bag, that's fine. Go ahead and.
Do you cast shade or do you throw shade?
We cast it.
Corey, you're the youngest one on the show.
You're like an old tree, like an old oak tree. So you cast a lot of shade.
Are you saying, am I the tree in this
Yeah,
scenario?
you're the tree.
I mean,
okay.
But yeah, so
that thing he was talking about earlier about building you up just to
there it
push
is.
you back down again.
There it is.
There it is.
So pour some lemon juice in a cup if you don't drink. If not, do a shot with us.
Some lemon pledge.
Yep, some broccoli juice, whatever the fuck it is. Cheers.
cheers, boys. Cheers. Broccoli juice.
Salute.
Well, there's a lot of people who hate the smell of broccoli, much less drinking juice that broccoli has been sitting in.
Dylan just wants to let you know that sometimes the kids target the older generation.
That's the response I expected to get on my show from my co-hosts, but I did not. They backed me up. They had my back. That's why you motherfuckers are the best. Best co-host you can ask for, internet.
Just so you guys are aware.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
I think Bob forgot that I yelled geriatric fuck.
No, I did. It was funny.
It was selective hearing.
If it's funny, I'm always
You're going to have to really yell it over.
That's what I'm saying. If we whisper right now.
If you had yelled "you're old," I'd have been like, "What the fuck?"
Just you can't hear.
Geriatric fuck was funny.
These tones. I just want to let you guys know that I was contacted by a family member of Corey Selesky this week. I was contacted, and I was asked to avail myself of my services to this family member.
That sounds really dirty.
It's not dirty. It's not dirty at all.
Sounds dirty.
It's not.
All right.
There's been some people that have listened to the show. They've heard. I know a psychic once told me I was a sensitive. That I'm a little bit more.
All right, continue on.
I'm a little bit more inept to
Yes,
intuition.
100%.
And
No, everyone gets it.
Yep.
Okay.
Inept. Absolutely.
Thanks, Bob. That's what I meant, by the way.
I really hope you didn't. I hope adept is what you meant.
Nope, inept.
Okay. Perfect. Keep going.
On the show, but I'm adept when anyhow, listen. They reached out to me and they asked me if I could provide a service.
Still dirty.
And I agreed. I agreed to do it. And it was from listening to the show. It was honestly from listening to the show.
I think we covered all this once or twice so far.
Well, I'm just
Toes
going to
gotta
leave it
eat
out
too.
there. I don't know if you can figure it out. of what service I would be providing to one of your family members
What is happening right now?
from listening to the show.
Hopefully it's not talking them off a ledge because I would have jumped by now.
Okay, let's just make this clear that you would be nowhere near a ledge, Corey. So, come on.
Oh, that's
Anyone that knows you.
geriatric fuck. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, you're not going to be near a ledge or anywhere high.
Talk the gun out of their hand. I don't know. It's,
No.
All right. Do you want to disclose to the audience?
So I'll let you guys know. So at one point in time, we had told a story. And we were talking about ghost things and other things like that. And then we talked about how Gina came here one time. And she was curious as to why I was not kind of wagging my finger at her bringing over some of her ghost hunting tools in my home. She's like, some people are a little weird about this. I'm like, nope. I don't have any issues with that. Because when I first moved into my house, it was completely empty, and I've heard all kinds of things about, you're supposed to say that, I'm the new owner. You're supposed to be by yourself, and you're supposed to say, this is my house. You're not welcome here, all this other stuff. I said, and, my mom gave me this blessed chalk from the Catholic Church, and all the archways of the doors, you write this thing in Latin, whatever it is. I said, and I've had no problems, 0 problems in my home. I said, I feel completely comfortable here.
so real quick, Dylan just asked you to help with some ghosts.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Got it. Good.
But it was funny. He reached out and was like, hey, can you do that thing that you did at your house? Would you mind coming over and doing it at our house? And I'm like, like I'm a priest or something, which I'm not. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, what really needs to happen is I need to tell them what they need to do, and then they can do it, because I feel like there's more power from the homeowner to actually do it than I'm not some guru, that's like,
Well,
That's a dollar.
what aren't you?
That's a dollar.
Okay.
It's
That
a
is-
guru.
that-
It's
that's
guru.
That's $1.
it's
Yeah.
guru.
You said,
You said
guru.
Okay, I think you guys,
That's-
dude, I will put $5
we
in there
all- we
if
all
it
heard it.
settles you guys down. Okay,
Okay.
guru.
Got that.
Why would I say it immediately after? If I
you messed
didn't,
up.
if I didn't know.
We all
Said
heard it.
Goro.
Okay, whatever. I'll just stop talking then, I guess. Guru. I'm not a guru. Apparently, I'm an inept guru.
Sounds about right.
Well, I think we found an episode title.
The inept guru.
Honestly, we had a
Dude.
long way to go to try to beat Fish Race. To be honest with you.
Yeah, well, we're still not getting past together
Home run,
together. So
baby.
don't-
Let's
just
do
fucking
sports.
slow down. Okay.
I called the episode that.
I know.
That's me officially throwing myself on the barbecue going.
Hang on, Dylan. So Dylan just said, I'm not the trained professional. Nick is. Dylan, if you've been listening to the past 5 minutes of the show, which clearly you
I've
have,
just admitted.
Yeah, but he's not a sensitive. Huh?
first, I don't think they're called sensitives.
No, I was called it by a psychic.
Well, I think
And
someone needs to talk to that side.
It was a title. It was not like you're sensitive. It was, well, he's what they call a sensitive. And my dad goes, what?
I think they were just trying to make it sound nice, so they're not saying that you're just sensitive.
My dad goes, what? And the inside story, my dad has kind of pushed that. My aunt's really into spirits and stuff like that. And he has said, he's like, well, I mean, Nick obviously knows what's going on. He's a sensitive. My aunt has fought him tooth and nail over that because we stayed in some haunted mansion thing up north. And ever since, she's like, Gregory, that doesn't even make any sense. And he's like, Deborah, don't be upset because your kids aren't sensitives. So
Hold
it's
on.
gone on for about 30 years, by the way.
Yeah, clarifying question. How often has that topic come up in the last 30 years? Is it like a weekly
It went on.
Topic, a
It went on.
conversation?
No, it went on for years. But if you were to say, like, do you guys know anyone who's a sensitive? Like, oh man,
How many
it
people
would-
are really going to ask that?
They wouldn't. But I'm
Okay.
saying if you were, I mean, it would instantly strike a chord in
With
in our
your
family. Yeah.
Got
Oh,
it.
for sure.
Okay.
Because it was so out there. We were staying in like 130-year-old mansion right around Halloween, and it just happened to be the week that the guy that used to own the place died. It was like his birthday or something, and there was a cemetery half a mile down the road in the middle of a field where this dude was buried. And we were staying in this home that was known to be haunted, which I did not choose to do. It would be much cooler to do as an adult, but we ended up doing that, and it turned out that the new owners, were ghosty type people. And she's like, well, I have some psychic capabilities. My dad's like, okay, well, show us. Let's sit down. Can you? And she's like, well, it's not really something I, kind of brag about. And he's like, oh, okay, well, 2 birds with 1 stone, a haunted place, and we get a free reading. And she sat down and she told us some pretty crazy things that were actually kind of real. But out of nowhere, she's like, well, I'm getting something from you. Like, I feel like you're what we call like a sensitive. And we were like, what? We didn't know what that, we never heard that before. And she's like, well, you're not like a medium. You're not like a psychic, but you're closer to the spirit realm than most people. And I'm like, I have had a million fucking weird things that have happened to me that you're sure to fucking hoot. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was some truth to that. Who knows?
So going back to the original point, Dylan, Nick is not a professional.
Oh, well, not on paper.
Well,
Corey,
after further investigation, Nick does not owe any money to the mispronunciation jar, because it turns out that Guro is a Japanese art movement focused on eroticism and the grotesque. But
I knew
the
it.
Filipino definition is teacher. So you were a teacher, Nick.
That's no.
Oh, Guru and Guru.
Time out. No, he did not intend the Japanese pronunciation or the Portuguese pronunciation.
He didn't intend inept either.
That is a right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
we
not
excused that one.
It's not the intention. It's not the intention jar.
We didn't call him out on that one. But Guru, 100%.
He's a guru. He's a teacher. Bravo, Nick. 2 for 2.
Thank you. So when
still
Bob
owe money to the jar.
when Bob didn't need to say together twice, should that have been in there?
Well, that's not a mispronunciation. That's a clear, like, I'm having a stroke moment. Which I used to great comic effect at my own expense as the name of the episode title.
I don't know if I could have looked at you or
bitches.
you looked at me any quicker than what happened in that show.
I looked at you right away, and I repeated. I'm like, together.
You are so fucking lucky that you repeated it. I mean, that's the best way that you can combat that.
That's what I was thinking.
You have to.
That's what I was hoping.
You have to announce it immediately.
You have to jump into it and
take
just
the
own it.
wind out of my sails.
Own it.
You have to, because I was like beside myself. I was like, what?
Yeah. So if any of you fuckers are mispronouncing a word, and you want to take the wind out of the sails, just fucking admit it. Just own it right from the beginning. I think it's the lesson here.
Works for me.
So be a guru if you must. Be inept if you must.
Or an inept guru.
Throw the dollar in the jar.
Pull all your friends
You
in
know
and
what?
get together.
Yeah. All right.
But yes, Dylan, I will come over to that home, and I at no cost.
I would hope not. You're not a trained professional.
I will.
He's a teacher.
As I've heard.
I will give my inept guru blessings, and scare all those ghasts away.
Just with that sentence right there, you should feel rest assured, Dylan, that he's going to take care of all those ghosts.
Dude, I mean, I think someone's a little upset that they weren't contacted.
Oh no! Someone wants to get to his segment, which is starting right now.
The Festivus begin.
Nope.
Yes!
The buttons look very similar in my defense.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I love that picture. His glasses.
I think it's a great. It might be the pièce de résistance of every artwork piece that you've done for the show.
Yeah. It's
a high bar to beat.
It was my impressionist period.
Okay.
Boy.
It was.
All right.
All right.
Kind of like the picture behind him.
So I bought that flag.
Well said.
I know, but it was runs,
an homage
runs
to-
parallel. Yeah.
First TikTok I have for you guys.
Tic Tac.
Oh, dollar for the jar.
No, that was TikTok.
Tic Tac is what you started.
Tic
with.
Tac.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll throw the money.
Which you wouldn't expect.
Todd will argue he was talking about the candy, the breath freshener. That's not a mispronunciation.
I always put Tic Tac in before I do my TikTok.
Yes, he loves to call himself a Tic
If I'm
Tac.
going down, I'm taking you all with
He
me.
just called me the other day and called himself a Tic Tac.
So the first one I got for you guys, Nick, you're actually going to enjoy this, buddy, because it's a Budweiser commercial.
Don't you love being told that you're going to enjoy a Tic Tac?
Yes.
Today we salute you, Mr. Boat Trailer Backer Upper Guy. With a total disregard for those pesky side mirrors in 8th grade physics, you perform the delicate yet daunting dance known as the Boat Ramp Ballet. Every turn of the wheel is a mystery as you transform a routine boat launch into a jaw-dropping spectacle, igniting public ridicule and $20 side bets. With the focus of a NASA engineer landing the Mars rover, you masterfully bend space and time to fit your boat exactly nowhere near the intended target. So here's to you, O master of the marina, because the chaos of a Saturday afternoon is your stage to shine.
Dude, a truer Budweiser commercial
Oh
has
my
never
God.
been made.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was very happy when I came across that one the other
well,
day.
That's an
played.
old one because they changed. It said Real American Heroes, and they switched it up to Real Men of Genius or something like that.
You know what? You're right. Did
They-
it start off as Real American Heroes?
That also,
Yeah,
that
that's
also
how it
was not. That was not an official Budweiser commercial, obviously. So they might.
No, the audio was. That was the same.
It's the same voice, but again, I don't know. Someone could have.
So it sounded like, because they also didn't do the song at the end. They didn't do the Mr. Horrible Backer Upper. They didn't do that at the end. But that was the voice.
Right.
Nick, hold on. I feel like we're going to want to pay attention to this one.
So, for the audio listeners out there,
Yeah.
Yeah!
before I even started the video, it's a guy and a girl at a bar, and
You're being generous in your characterization there.
they are making out heavily in public.
Good
What kind
environment.
of shirt is that?
Oh, my God.
It's a T-shirt, man. Have you not seen a black T-shirt before?
Corey, my sister just wrote, "Oh, hey."
Oh, Jennifer, hello. Oh, hey.
Jennifer, it's too bad you missed the shirtless portion of the episode.
We can always get shirtless again. All right, so they're making out at the bar. This person's recording them, obviously, because they find it funny that these people are just making out in public. But this happens. Oh, I almost threw up myself.
I was going to say, I knew that was going to happen.
yeah.
I didn't see that one, but I
She
saw
started
one.
leaning in.
I saw one similar.
And while they're making out, she just, oh my God, pukes right in his mouth. Oh,
How is he not doing vomit 360s right now?
Dude, I would have, just
Hot
watching
vomit right in his mouth.
Very warm chunks into your mouth. Like it went from the most turned on, hottest moment that you could have to that's a cold shower right there.
Dude, I'm right there with you, Nick. Though, if that would have happened to me, I would have just been vomiting everywhere myself.
I'm almost throwing up right now just thinking about it. Honestly,
That dude looked like this is just another Saturday night.
It's happened to him once or twice before.
Oh, if I had a nickel, gentlemen,
Corey,
for how many times?
fucking bitch.
Right.
Oh God, that's so disgusting.
All right. This last one I got for you guys.
Feeling a little uneasy.
I came across just this afternoon before we started the show, actually, and it's a whole hour video on YouTube. But there was one video that stood out, and these are all fails that really just got my funny bone pretty good. So here you go. Not this one; it's the next one coming up.
Wait, what? Oh,
This.
wait, hold on. Is there supposed to be sound?
Yeah, I
Go
got-
back to the beginning, or back to the beginning of the.
Oh, hang it.
You know what? Just play all the clips. It's fine. This looks like it's a montage of like 9.5 minutes worth of sweet, sweet TikTok.
I just need to be able to skip the ad.
Oh, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Not
Lola,
funny.
Ricky.
No.
Oh, there we go.
So let me
Give
see.
us some sound.
Hang on, well, 1 second. Let me just. going to be impossible to find this now. Oh, wait. No, it's coming up.
Well, get us a sound first, though. Let's figure that out
Why do you
first.
want sound first?
These are funny. What?
So that when you finally find it, you won't have to go back to the beginning where the sound is.
All right, we'll let this play through because these. Okay, here it's right after this. But these guys are driving, and his buddy slams on the brakes while his friend's in the passenger seat. I've never seen anyone.
You know why? Because real men don't drive barefoot with their feet up on the fucking window.
And no seatbelt. Ooh. Oh, the weave came off and everything. It's a bad day. She was all put together, too.
All right, that's enough.
I love how her first instinct was, let me take a selfie of myself.
Is that what she did?
In shame. Right down on the bottom of the staircase.
So there you guys go. That's TikToks for the week.
Excellent, sir.
Jenny says gross. She said bonfires going outside. She came in for a second to see what was going on.
Hey, have you guys heard about the Dublin portal?
Yep. Yep. And it's shut down.
Yes from Nick, yes from Todd.
I have not.
Yes, sir.
So the Dublin portal, if you're not aware, it's I guess it's probably a 10 by 10 circle with an LED screen in the middle of it. It's in New York City, and there's another one in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, okay. I have seen it.
Yes.
You know, this is like an art installation series. Like they travel. It's not just Dublin, New York. Like
Where else is it?
Oh man, they've been all over the place.
Right, but they're currently
Currently. Yep.
in New York and Dublin.
Yep.
And they essentially, when you look at it, you're seeing a circular 10 by 10 shot of a camera that's shooting at the people who are looking at it in the other city.
Like 10 feet by 10 feet.
Right. So you're looking at what's essentially almost like a, what you call it, like a location
portal?
displacement device where you
it
can see across the world.
Let's explain to the younger viewers that it is a giant circle FaceTime that you're having.
Thank you.
That you're having via New York or Dublin with each other.
What would you say to the young Android users?
It's a video chat.
All right.
Yep. It's a video chat. It's a giant circle made of concrete, and it has a huge high-def LCD screen and multiple cameras, but it just looks like a big circle with a TV screen in the shape of a circle, and people can walk up to it, and basically you can see and say hello to people that are across the world.
That's pretty amazing. But hold on booking your tickets to go there because they shut it down because people are people, and what the people in New York and Dublin decided to do is to waggle their dicks at each other and get the thing shut down indefinitely.
The couple I saw, there was a chick in New York that was flashing the portal.
That's not it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's not the worst thing.
That's not it. So it started with, I believe, Americans holding up a potato. A lot of middle fingers, and then it turned to someone in Dublin holding up a picture right up next to where they found the camera, and you're not supposed to be able to get close to it, but they found the camera, and they held up a picture of the World Trade Center towers burning.
Wow.
Yeah, I did see. I saw
to
that
New
one,
York.
too. Yeah.
And then the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh, wait, the World Trade Center wasn't the straw?
It was not. They were talking about, this is going to be a limited installation because if things like this keep happening, we're not going to continue to let it happen. And an OnlyFans model in New York decided to show her tits. And it now says, "We'll be right back. The portal is asleep right now."
God bless you, OnlyFans models.
But I mean,
Taking down portals.
Says Bob's credit card every month.
how about we?
I feel like I was just trying to audition for a Budweiser commercial there.
How about this?
Here's to you.
Instead of military mindset of everyone gets punished for someone's stupid deed, how about we treat it like you would treat it in real life? If someone came up to you and held up a picture of the World Trade Center burning, I'm sorry, but that's not against the law.
Nope.
If some woman flashed her tits in public, I guess then she gets locked up for indecent exposure. How about you?
I wouldn't press charges. It's okay.
No, a lot of people probably wouldn't, but I'm sure there were families with their kids standing in Dublin like, oh, isn't that nice? Look at America. You know,
It's a lucky kid.
America's been
That's a
offering
hell of
that
an
for quite a long
accent.
time.
it's a lucky kid or a Lucky Charms. I don't know which one it is.
Sorry, Emmett.
Yeah. But, I mean, shut it down. I mean, dude, really? Is that how we do it? We're going to shut down Times Square when someone's a jackass?
That's the world that we're living in right now.
It's so ridiculous.
Everything is
Cancel culture. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Everything. This is something nice.
No one can be offended.
Everyone's
no one can be
taking
hurt.
pictures of the screen being off, saying the portal is asleep, we'll be back soon, saying this is why we can't have nice things.
But also, everyone in the world now has been groomed over the last 10 years to be like, no, the thing to aspire to is to be on camera. To be on camera, whether it's for good or for bad, be on camera and be noteworthy, even if you're making a jackass of yourself and flashing your tits or showing a picture of the World Trade Center or insulting all Irish people with a potato. Whatever it is, get yourself noticed because all publicity is good publicity. That's what they've been taught.
I thought, and I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I heard that something, either the price of potatoes in Ireland were going up or there was a slight shortage. And I think that's where that came from. Not just the famine, like it was recent.
I think coming from the thing about a portal is you're connecting to different cultures, right? Different senses of values, and we knew how to push their buttons apparently, and I would be willing to bet, I do not know this for sure. Todd, you might because you have a lot more legitimately Irish friends than I do, but I think showing a potato on the portal means a little bit more than, oh, we know you're having a potato shortage. I think the potato is likely a symbol of some of the hard times that Ireland has had to go through, or some of the values that they have that other countries or cultures don't share, like America. And maybe that triggered somebody on the Dublin side of that portal.
I would expect, given the people that I know in Ireland, they're not soft like that. I think that they probably just flip them off.
Exactly.
Okay.
If it was an offended
Or flash their tits.
Again,
Oh yeah,
because it's not for nothing. You can get a potato in Ireland, so it's just and I also to rip on this side of the fence a little bit more. Sure. I'd be surprised if anybody actually the knucklehead with the potato actually knew anything about the potato famine.
You're probably right.
And I'll be honest with you. Anytime I see anything involving, outside of London, we'll say UK, my short experience with, my uncle and, his relatives and people in Ireland and things like that, anything that I've seen, they are not as fucking thin-skinned as we are. They are much more crude with jokes. And, I mean, that's funny shit. I mean, that's nothing. Showing a potato, I don't think anyone fucking from Ireland batted an eye at that, honestly.
I just thought maybe coming from Americans, it might be more of a fuck you than coming from anybody else. But I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So God bless you, Dublin Portal. We hope that your return is swift and horrible. And with that, we got a shot sitting here, so please join us. Todd, what are you drinking tonight? I forgot to ask you.
You did, but I'm drinking a little Crown Peach, baby.
Katie says, miss you guys. Dylan says, Corey and Nick, I don't know if you know that Fairlane is closing.
Yes. They gave him until June 3rd to pay the bills or the back bills, or DT shutting down, no power.
Shutting them down.
I'd be interested because Ford owns part of that property as well.
Dylan also said earlier, it's not so much as the effect of Nick coming over, but I guess it'd be more amusing side of watching Nick yelling and screaming throughout our new home.
Why would you? Maybe that's like a christening
and
routine.
He said you will also be compensated for your services.
In what way?
Okay.
Oh.
Now we're talking.
Oh yeah.
Now we're talking.
Whatever you and Dylan get up to.
Finally, the side of the Selesky family I can get on board.
That's why his last name's not Selesky.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cilantro.
Woo.
For our Irish friends.
Oh my goodness.
Earlier in the chat, we had Matt Clark that showed up for a little while. He said, I'm here for the nudes, not the news.
Who is
you,
it?
Nick?
That's right.
Matt Clark, friend of yours?
Katie said, Ms. Did you guys? I'm not sure if that's Miss.
Todd was asking Matt Clark.
Matt Clark,
you know him
Corey and
through-
I worked with.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
He was what we call a wild card.
Explain.
Matt knows this. I love him.
Yeah.
But he didn't have much of a filter. And
Okay.
in our line of work, it got him in trouble a lot.
All right.
That's all. I'll leave
That's
it at
all
that.
you're gonna say?
Well, the last thing I will say about Matt, the one comment I heard one of our supervisors say the one day was he was going to carry around a wet newspaper, so anytime Matt opened up his mouth, he could hit him on the nose with it like a dog. And I thought that was
It's wet?
Apparently he wet his newspaper to hit his dog. I don't know what my boss
That's
did.
fucking cruel. I just gotta say. Why would you do that?
I'm
First of all, why would you hit your dog with a newspaper? And secondly, why would you make it hurt more by wetting the newspaper?
I'm sure he didn't actually do that. But
You said he was a wild card.
no, Matt, no. See, you got carried away with
I did.
talking to Nick.
Sorry.
My supervisor said he was going to start carrying around a wet newspaper, so anytime Matt spoke,
Oh,
he could hit Matt on the nose with it like you would
gotcha.
a dog.
Matt had it coming then.
Yes.
A wet newspaper, though.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a big middle finger to you.
I
A
thought
wet
it was
newspaper.
hilarious, and it said a lot about Matt and his filter.
Corey, do you recall the three questions? I feel like we should at this point, because we're sort of approaching the end of the episode. Not quite there yet, but I feel like we should restate the three questions that Nick asked earlier in the show, so that the people who are on, if you're here with us on YouTube or Facebook Live, we want to hear your vote, and your vote should be, of these three questions, which one is the best?
So we already had two answers. Alika said question number 1, and Robert Krosky said number 2.
Okay, so question number 1, I believe, was the one about if you could change three things in the world, what would they be and
Correct.
why? Question number 2 was, have you ever asked anyone for their autograph and why? And question number 3, fucking help me out, Corey or Todd?
If you had a
Is it-
different
is it-
name, would
with
your
different
personality
name.
have changed?
Yes. Thank you. Okay. So I guess if we're calling those questions 1, 2, and 3, you can refer to them either by the change three things in the world question, or by the ask someone for their autograph question, or the different name question. Either way, we want your vote as to which one is the best question, because at the end of the episode, we're going to announce who asked which question, and then we'll have a winner.
And you
So-
get $1 million.
Let's just say they get $1 million. I mean, it's not substantiated.
Oh, look at all the votes coming in now.
Nor sponsored by any major sponsors, but it's possible. So to end the show, I think it's been a question-centric episode, sir.
Sure, of course.
And we love question-centric episodes. It's sort of the lifeblood of the show. I think we need to end with one, so we're going to end with Nick's existential question of the week.
Perfect. Mary says question number 3, by the way. Mary says number 3.
All right. As long as people are casting their vote. Thank you, Mary.
Yep. Cast your vote. Number 2, Chris Osgood.
Hey,
What?
Hey, Dylan, come on, buddy. Get with it.
What?
You're voting for the best question. You're not answering them.
Right. Yeah, we don't need your answer. I mean, if you hold on. To be
and-
fair, if he wants to answer the question, like,
Hit the button.
who did you, Dylan, ask for an autograph? Chris Osgood? That's great. That is we will absolutely read on the show. But we also want
To be fair.
to be fair. Yeah, you don't need to ever put it like all the way to the top. It's really fucking loud.
Thanks
On the
for
plate.
announcing it on the show.
I'm just saying.
yeah.
But definitely we want to know which one of those three questions do you think is the best question? That's really what we need.
And secondly, Chris Osgood is the last person you should ever ask for a fucking autograph. Ever. And if you like, I have 2 of his autographs in my garage that I was about to burn the other day. If you want them, you can have them.
Wow.
There you go.
It's powerful. Poor Ozzy. All right.
Fuck you, Chris Osgood.
Poor Ozzy.
All right. So for this installment of Nick's existential question, what is something that other people find gross but doesn't tend to bother you? Something that other people find gross that doesn't tend.
I don't know. I think we might have to pick again. We did a very similar one.
Did we?
It was what smell do you like that other people would find gross?
This is not a smell. This is something you find gross. This could I could say Corey with his shirt off that other people are fine with. That I could find that gross.
If you want to, I don't care if you want to pick another question.
He's not picking anything.
Oh, okay.
We take it to a democratic vote.
I just work here.
Democratic vote.
I say different question.
Corey says different.
Todd, what say you, sir?
I don't care.
Null and void. Bob, what say you?
I got to go with a different question. I want everybody to be on board. And if Corey's not happy, we
Okay.
got a whole deck full of them.
I'm overruled
Here we go.
on my own segment, but that's okay.
Feet.
You know what the funny part is? That's what I was going to say. I literally was going to say Keegan's thing about feet, but I really don't care. I wouldn't say I have a Tarantino-esque love of feet, but I don't hate them in the way that she won't even be barefoot.
I
She's
hate
barefoot all the time.
Who is it that hates feet? Is it you, Todd?
All right, we got the question.
It is me.
It is Todd. Someone who hates feet and also will not go barefoot or wear sandals. He must always have shoes on.
We got the question.
All right, sorry.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So for this installment of Nick's existential question,
We got to change that.
Keep
I
your
like the
questions
emphasis.
We got to
together, buddy.
change that.
no,
like the emphasis.
no, we don't.
All right.
What you only get one of those like a month, by the way. What song
The fuck?
must be played? This is we don't judge everything we fucking do on this show. What song must be played on at your funeral? That's what we want to know. What song must be played at your funeral?
Got it.
I know Todd's been putting some serious thought into this as the
This
eldest,
is I can
eldest
see
member
Corey,
of
I
the
can
show.
see the gears working with Corey right now.
No, because the
one closest to death.
one immediately popped into mind.
don't let it be the song that was like a song that was played at your wedding either, because that's
No.
okay.
What,
good.
hold
Oh,
on. Hold, why are we judging his answer?
We're not judging.
Okay.
We're just saying like that would be an easy.
But you
know?
just
No,
well,
I-
What if he wants to do the easy one?
He was kind of judging my question, so why don't you hold your hand?
But you
back?
told him not to judge your question.
That's right. But I
So
allowed
why
it.
you judge?
But I allowed it.
All right. Let me just say then, don't fucking judge my answer. You can
Don't judge
Corey-
my judging.
Corey, you
God damn it.
defense your answer all you want.
Defense it. Don't defend it. Defense it.
Yeah.
The jar's right over here, by the way.
Did you put your $5 in?
I will. I certainly will.
All right. I'll take $1 off my credit.
I think Todd can go before me because like I said I'm still tossing a couple around. So it sounds like Todd already had his answer.
I got mine.
Tossing a couple around. Wasn't that Friday night at the lodge?
One or two.
Christ.
One or two.
All right, TD.
Juggalo Homies, Insane Clown Posse, baby.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. So for all of the people who are going to be sad that you're gone,
The people.
Yep.
the peoples
Where are the people?
who are going to make the pilgrimage from all four corners of the earth,
All three of them.
oh, there's four, Seattle, Washington, to pay homage and to mourn the loss of Todd Dillon from this earth.
Yep.
And the one thing that you want to send them away with is Insane Clown Posse.
1,000%. Listen to the song, bitch.
So
Wow.
Todd, I will say,
All right, fair enough.
Wow.
ever since I made the Phil Anton tribute several years ago now, I have that song saved in my playlist, and it actually plays all the time in my car, and I have never taken it off there.
There you go.
And I've become a bit of a fan of the song.
There you go.
Secondly, you can't get buried in Seattle, buddy. Sorry, you got to come back to Michigan. Don't die. in
Getting
Seattle.
buried at sea, baby.
Oh, yeah. To be fair.
At the
We already
button.
did that. Yeah, we already did that.
Oh, we only do it once a show? Got it.
Well, don't point to
That's
me
great.
like you're the
Well,
conductor. Go ahead.
But you're
press
always
it.
the one who's like, hit the button. If you're not going to hit the button, that's cool. I
You
won't.
seem pretty
do it anymore.
exercised tonight.
That's fair. Yeah, he doesn't have to come back to Michigan. He prefers it. See, how much of that time did you spend in Michigan anyway? I mean, how long have you been out of Michigan? When did you move to?
Oh, no. See, you're getting confused. This isn't about Todd. This is about me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just
bad.
I don't have to fly out to Seattle for that.
right.
I'd rather him make it easier on me to.
Todd, wouldn't that be insult to injury after the
Whatever's easier for Corey.
the horror stories from your childhood in water to then bury you in the water?
That's perfect. I've overcome that fear, baby.
It's come full circle.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Nobody hit the button, by the way.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think that anyone's
No,
going
apparently
to.
we only do that once
Yeah.
a show. So,
I
by
only,
the way,
I only do
I
that
had
once a
$1 credit, and so now I'm back even
Why are you even?
because I just had a mispronunciation, and I had a $1 credit, which is now gone.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Mary,
So make sure you put your $5 in.
are you saying it's mellow to the song that ICP does called "Homies"? She just said it's mellow, and I'm not.
This is why Todd and Mary were meant to be
comparison.
together.
Exactly.
I mean, in comparison to all their other songs, I guess yes, maybe it's a little more mellow, but I mean, it's still not the most mellow song to have at a funeral.
It's perfect, though.
Todd, you know what we need to do, buddy? We need to look into getting a violinist to play that song on a violin, so then it would fit perfectly.
I'd like to get someone with a mouth banjo, one of those little like wow 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 that they play, or maybe a washboard, play that whole ICP song.
I'm sure it can be done.
Yeah, I'd pay for that.
I want someone playing a didgeridoo.
That would be funny too.
No, but anyhow, okay.
Can you
So-
restate the question?
Yeah, so the question is, what song must be played at your funeral? Must. Todd's is the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, never. I got it.
Well, that's the
ahead.
band. The song
Go
is Juggalo Homies.
I know I couldn't remember it.
Plus, nobody cared.
He
but
tried.
anyway,
He tried.
keep going.
All right. So it finally hit me, dude. It's Right Said Fred. I'm too sexy.
Oh, no.
That's actually pretty perfect.
Yeah.
It's pretty spot on.
And I would walk up to him.
That's-
Slowly taking off his suit. He
Oh, I'm
would have wanted
If Corey
this.
would have
Hang
had a
on.
breakaway suit.
if I'm being buried in a suit, there's a problem.
Yeah.
He would have wanted this.
Yeah, never being buried in a suit.
Oh, I didn't think about the sutures. Let's pull that back down.
Ooh, it's gross under there. Natalie can see me once again shirtless.
One last time.
One last time.
Oh, man. All right. Bob, you got
I
one?
would say Ripple by the Grateful Dead. Fuck you, Todd.
Who?
Ripple by the Grateful Dead. Fuck you, Todd.
That's an insane song name they came up with for that.
Horrible band.
Ripple?
Decent ties. Horrible band.
I thought the "fuck you, Todd" was part of.
No, that's just an extra commentary by
got-
myself.
I got
Yeah.
that.
Based on his blasphemous comments last Saturday. I almost wore a Dead shirt today just in general protest.
I'll wear a Jerry Garcia tie.
I can send you one if you don't have one.
I have 3.
That's really kind of crazy for a band that you hate.
Well, because thankfully the fucking tie doesn't make any noise.
I like to support bands that I hate by buying their merchandise.
Makes sense.
Ties,
Tie's
socks,
nice.
shirts. Yeah.
Hey, if they got paintings or something else,
Do you have any
I'll do that.
ICP
Just leave-
ties?
No,
That's
just
really
the
a
music.
shame.
Just the music.
Probably give them some of your money.
All right, so we have ICP. We have Right Said Fred.
This is a
We
a
have-
motley crew of answers that you've
We have
gotten
the
here.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Mine was going to be
ICP?
Joe Diffie, Prop Me Up by the Jukebox If I Die. But I think I'm changing it to Spanish Flea by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
All right.
Well, I like
wake
cotton
you-
candy better.
That'll wake you right from the dead.
It'll guarantee Jason will not be at your funeral.
It'll
like Herb
guarantee that I got one over one last time.
One last time.
I would be lying to you guys if I said Ram Ranch wasn't on my mind for a second.
Oh, no.
There was a guy that was in hospice care, and I'm sure you can find the video on YouTube. It was an Irish guy, and us Irish are known for our senses of humor. And this guy knew he was in hospice. He knew he was dying, older guy. And so he recorded himself seemingly in a box, pounding on the box saying, "Hello, you fucks! Let me out! Let me out!" And they played that right after the preacher had given the benediction and everything like that. Played that, and everyone was like crying and laughing at the same time because that's he wanted one last joke.
I love the Irish. That's why I love the Irish.
Isn't that great?
Such a selfless, just dark sense of humor.
Isn't that awesome?
No apologies.
I loved it. They you could see they were trying to laugh, but they were crying, and it was hysterical.
So Todd, did Mary back you up on the ICP at your funeral choice?
I think she did.
She did.
I think it's a yes.
And she also said no violin. It's a party. So clearly things are going to get wild at Todd's funeral.
Mary's just so you know, this is going to happen sooner than later. So it will be a party.
I love that, actually.
Hey, and Todd, so I know you're a fan of ICP.
Big time.
Have you ever considered going to the Gathering of the Juggalos?
I have.
Yeah? Why haven't you gone?
Well, same reason I haven't gone to Burning Man. It's a thing that's on my list of things to do. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Dude, all right, I'm going to make a pact with you right now.
Now that you're approaching 60, it's probably time to start doing the things in your life that you wanted to do before you die.
Before they're just played at your funeral and you
Yeah.
never get to go.
100%.
I'm making a pact with you right now, Todd.
Yeah.
You pick a year to go to the Gathering of the Juggalos, and I'll go with you.
Let's do it. I'm in.
I'll fucking go.
He can only go on certain trips because he's been cast away as persona non grata at certain trips for. He's been sentenced. He's been sentenced on certain trips. So.
Well, that time is up. I'm good now.
Well, I thought we had like 2 years left.
No, I think the time's up.
I think there's one more year.
Are you talking about the March Madness trip?
Yeah.
The ball's in your court, my friend.
I know. I still got a message.
Yeah.
Still got a.
Yeah.
The
fate
elders.
Your fate is in the hands of the elders,
I
but you
know.
need to present your case in such a way that, you know what I mean?
I've been typing that letter for 2 months now, Bob.
Well,
Years. 2 years.
Don't wait too much longer.
I know.
Yeah.
Either-
I want to see you back at the trip.
Either way.
Just to be fair.
I appreciate that.
Right.
Either way. So hang on. So you already said you're in. If Todd and I are going to the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Oh, if Todd's going on any kind of trip and you're going, I'm fucking going.
Nick, do we have you?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Just
don't
say,
know that Todd-
just say yes.
I'm hang
It doesn't
on.
sound
No,
like something I want to do.
No. Todd's the bigger ICP fan than I am, so I'm going to let Todd take.
And Corey's
take
a
the
bigger
reins here.
ICP fan than I am.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And we're all bigger ICP fans than you are.
I'm not an ICP fan at all.
Right.
So
So Todd, take the reins. Tell him about Gathering of the Juggalos.
He's got to see. He's got to just go. I would imagine. I can't imagine, Nick, that if the three of us were going, you're just going to say, "No, I'm not interested."
Oh, no, he absolutely would.
It's not a sporting event.
Doesn't matter.
It's not a sporting event. I'll tell you that.
Nick is absolutely
There's not going to be any
100%
athleticism on display.
behind not doing anything he doesn't feel like doing.
Well, that's
No
fair enough.
explanation.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Good night,
I think he should see it for himself, and if he doesn't want to go,
Now,
and
Todd.
we're all three going, then that's fine with me.
Todd, I know you're thinking, if I just explain to Nick what it is, this
Mary said she's
Gathering
going.
of the Juggalos, he'll change his mind. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter. I've tried that explanation thing many, many times. It falls on deaf ears, and he's like, yeah,
You know what I don't do?
I don't care.
You know what I don't do? I don't pressure Nick.
thank you.
That is
Thank
true.
you, Todd.
That is true.
And I might go
so,
just
Corey, it looks like
based
it's
on
you, me, and
that.
Todd.
I might go just based on that. Just on the just on the fact that Todd doesn't pressure me, and he's like, if he was like, hey man, I don't know, I think as a friend, you would really like this. I'd be like, okay.
I'll tell you what that means, Corey. That means that Nick is going to be a hard no up until 2 weeks before the trip. And then he's going to be like, should I go to this, or what do you guys think?
No, he's not.
Yes.
I've always said I can go anywhere and drink unless we've drank till 4 o'clock in the morning the night before. Then I won't wake up, and I can't control if I don't wake up. So that's beyond my control.
That's beyond
No, yeah, right.
That's not
Maybe-
beyond your control.
If we
totally-
drink till
maybe just
4 in the
post the
morning,
dates.
if we
I-
drink
oh,
till
yeah.
4 in the
I
morning,
saw
I
it.
can't set my alarm. I can't hear the alarm,
I-
nor can I set it.
No.
It's not going to happen.
no, I can't. I sleep through it, dude. My dad, ask him any day. He used to put pillows next to my bed because I would fall out of bed all the fucking time, like up north and all.
Would
and
that
I would,
wake you up?
I would.
Maybe
no,
that's the problem.
No, it wouldn't. And he was like, I don't understand a person that can fall out. He's like, the noise would wake me up. He's like, your head must have been smacking against the ground.
You know what you didn't have on the floor when you fell out of bed? Thumbtack Village.
No, I didn't,
That would've
because I
waken-
had a father
that
that
would've
cared
woken up.
about me.
Well, that was your problem, for sure.
Yeah.
You were late for everything because your dad cared.
God bless you, Jack and Cecilia.
So Mary did post the dates. The next one that's closest to us here in Michigan is August 14th through the 18th in Thornville, Ohio.
Of this year?
Yes.
But is there one closer to or somewhere in the middle between Seattle and Michigan?
I think that's a good one because Mary's got to get back to Michigan. I haven't been back in a while. I definitely need to be back in the studio so I can get a word in edgewise. But yeah, we got to do it.
Dude, I would go.
It's also probably been a while since you've seen the Thorntonville Airport too, huh?
Thornville.
Oh, okay.
Thornville?
Yeah.
Well, there goes. That's the $5th of mine. There's number 5. There's my 5 right there.
No, that's too many dollars now. Just throw a 5 in there, you're good.
Yep.
Hey, cheers, everybody. Last shot of the podcast.
Salute. Prost.
Thanks. I didn't get a heads up. Hang on.
It's okay. I just assume, Todd, you're watching the video of Corey getting out of his seat and pouring shots.
Anytime
No,
we
you
ask,
yelled at me because you said before, "Hey, you're not looking at the camera, Todd." So I'm looking at the camera,
You're
not
right.
paying attention to
This is my
anything
fault.
else.
My bad. I
But-
totally
I'm ready.
accept responsibility.
but I feel like anytime we ask Todd, he's like, "I'm ready." What are you talking about?
Ready.
I'm ready.
Yes,
Ready,
he
ready.
does.
But then anytime we go, he's like,
100%.
"Oh, what the fuck? Wait for me."
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers, Todd.
Cheers, Todd.
Mm.
To you.
It's an empty cup.
Okay, before we end the show,
Yep.
we need to announce the winner. So, can someone take a look? Corey, you take a look at the chat for YouTube and Facebook and do some sort of a tally of questions number 1, 2, and 3, and see which one was the winner, the tally winner.
So like I said, we already had one for. Okay, so Mary says 3.
All right, I'm gonna just make it quick. Okay, so we got 1 vote for 3.
I'm not going to count Dylan's because it sounded like he was answering. Sorry, buddy.
Dylan, key in your answer.
Okay, so I got 1 vote for 3.
3.
Which question do you want, buddy? Key it in right now. Don't let Corey be right in any sense of
You
any.
read off the votes that you're gonna see, Corey.
Robert Krosky said 2,
Okay, 1 vote for 2.
and Alika said number 1.
So we have 1 vote for
So-
each.
Yep, we got a 3-way tie.
That's on YouTube.
This is just in the comment section.
And-
For YouTube.
YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah,
Oh, for
nobody.
both?
I didn't see anybody vote on Facebook.
Is it a 3-way tie?
Oh yeah, we saw. There's voting on Facebook.
I didn't see anybody do it.
No, I know, but there's voting.
Your own wife did.
No, yeah, Mary did. You're right. Mary did on Facebook.
All right. So are you saying to me that we have a 3-way tie?
We have a 3-way tie, sir.
At one point, Natalie said 11. LOL. So
Jesus H. Tap dancing Christ. So we only have 3 votes, and that's it.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Who do we have active in the chat right now?
I can't. I don't know.
God damn it! If you're listening to or watching on Facebook or YouTube, please cast a vote for question number 1, 2, and 3.
Dylan revoted.
No,
he said so. Number 2's it.
Nope.
Yeah.
He's ixnayed. He does not count.
no, he was. And to be fair, he actually said
Hit the button.
no. He said number 2, Chris Osgood, but. I put an addition. I helped put an addition on his house in Plymouth. He was explaining why he picked number 2.
No, he wasn't. That's
Yes.
not why he asked for his autograph. That's not why he's saying it's a good question. He's just
said-
saying that's why he asked for his autograph.
Yeah,
said number 2.
He answered the question as though we were asking him. It's not his vote for what was the best question.
Yeah, no, and I'm not taking his answer. That's
Well, he just said number 2, so
it's a stupid.
he's a
stupid-
But
tiebreaker.
if he
he's
wants it
not.
to be
That's
a
a
vote,
stupid
he
stupid answer.
should put in the chat.
No, he shouldn't put anything in the chat because I know what he's about to put, and guess what? He can't.
He just put number 2.
That doesn't mean anything to me though. Like if he wants to
Yeah.
vote in the chat, if he were to put the best question in my opinion
Stop
is number
leading
2.
3-way tie.
did.
You don't have to put. We just said, Dylan, what's your answer? He said number 2. I think that's a valid answer.
It is not. So, anyways,
I feel like I'm being outvoted here.
3-way tie.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm just trying to break the tie.
Okay, so let's just log it. We're going to try and put up an actual poll.
Yep.
These numbers will go into said poll, and we'll have an actual answer. We're
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna
fair.
we're not gonna get everybody on the live. But as of right now, number 2 is in the lead.
It is not.
No, we're not saying. Aren't we saying it's a 3-way tie? If we're not counting Dylan's vote, then
Correct.
it's a
Why would
3-way
we
tie.
not count this? We said on the air
Because we're not.
that you need
Listen,
to clarify which one
ask
you
Todd.
thought was the
If
best.
Todd's the tiebreaker.
And he just wrote
Todd's
number
the
2.
tiebreaker. What does Todd think about that number 2 answer?
I don't know. We just asked on the air what he thought, and he said number 2 to clarify.
I'm asking.
Yeah, Todd. Okay. What do you think, Todd?
Dylan put number 2, so 2 got 2 votes. The other 2 got 1.
Thank you. I mean, that's pretty clear.
All right.
How is that not clear?
No. I'm saying that is a at least a Democratic.
It was a
majority.
silly pick, but it was still.
That's why I'm
He
ixnaying his
voted.
vote. As his brother-in-law, his older brother-in-law. That's why his vote is being ixnayed, because it was a very stupid answer.
Well, maybe you didn't like his original answer, but he is now voting for number
What would
2.
convince you if he called you and said, "I'm voting for number 2"?
No,
Not
he-
number 2.
No,
So you're saying there's nothing you could say at this point
Yeah,
that
he's
would be
biased.
a valid vote?
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's
That
definitely-
seems crazy to me. Like I get the first part.
No,
like,
Nick's
it's not
correct.
very clear.
It's just bias.
Well, then I got to disagree with you then.
You can disagree all you want.
Okay, so number 2 gets 2 votes then.
No, it's 3-way tie.
It's not a 3-way tie.
Yeah, it is.
You've been outvoted by your 3 other co-hosts. That's a valid vote.
Actually,
for
I
number
don't
2.
care then,
No, it's
because I think it's a horrible answer.
Todd just likes to mix it up. That's all.
Well,
okay,
and
so here
number
we
2
are at the
wasn't my
3-way tie.
question.
All right.
All right. So
So that means that Corey has 1 vote. Todd has 1 vote. And Bob has 1 vote. And Nick is going to get his chance in the spotlight next time we do this segment. Fair?
no,
Why isn't it fair?
because 3 people voted that number 2 was an answer, and he just came out of his mouth and said,
Hold on, 3 people voted it?
Or
No,
2.
we have-
2.
No,
past
we
this.
had.
It was.
This should not be that hard to figure out.
No, I agree.
We
The
had
tiebreaker was Dylan for a second
so
vote
that
for number
means that it was a 3-way tie. If we don't count Dylan, it's a 3-way tie. With
But
1
we are
vote
counting
each.
Dylan because 3 people on the show.
Well, Todd just changed his vote.
He's just being funny.
I didn't change my vote.
Okay, I'm muting Todd, and we're ending the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is Schnozzcast, and we are ending the show.
Always
we
oppressing
love you guys.
the black man. Always oppressing the black man.
On behalf of Corey, Nick, and Todd, this is Bob saying we'll see you next weekend. Peace
Todd,
out.
go ahead, buddy.